Hi, I'm Christian Triola, author of the Missing Method for Guitar books, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play that arrangement of Silent Night. Now this one is a little bit different from some of the other videos I've seen on YouTube showing you how to play Silent Night. They usually do it in the key of G. I've put mine in the key of C. Now I think the reason they've been avoiding the key of C is because of the chord F, because it can be difficult for some beginners. However, with this version, even though there is an F in it, it's a little bit easier to get. You don't have to get that bar on the first fret like you normally do. So I kind of take a different approach to that. All right, so with these chords, you basically have 3 or 4 chords to learn. We have the C major chord, which is in a lot of the song. Of course, you don't have to hold that down the whole time. We have G, and there's a few different versions of G, so as they come up, I'll show you those different versions. And then finally, a different version of F. So I'm going to show you that now, so when we get to it, it's a little bit easier to play. Now, normally an F chord will look like this, where you have your first finger across the first 2 strings. The way we're going to do it here is like this. So our first finger is only going to be on string 2 because we don't even use the first string in a lot of this song. The middle finger is going to be on string 3 at the 2nd fret. The pinky is on string 4 at the 3rd fret. And then the 3rd finger is on the note C, which is on the 5th string 3rd fret. That is how we're going to approach the F chord in this song. So a little unconventional. And of course, again, we're not playing the first or last strings on it anyway. Now with the other hand, we're using finger picking, of course. And so at the beginning of a lot of the measures in this song, we're going to play what's called a pinch, where you have a chord and you play 2 notes at the same time. So in this song, we get a C chord to start, and then your thumb would play the 5th string while your index finger plays the 3rd string at the same time. And then we would continue from there. And so that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to bring up the sheet music, page 1, so you can follow along, and here it is. And I'm going to play through and kind of talk about how you would do each section of Silent Night. So we have notation and tab. We have our 3rd finger on string 5, fret number 3. And like I mentioned earlier, our 3rd string is open. If you'd like, you can hold down the C chord here. Makes it a little bit easier. We play those 2 notes together, the 5th and 3rd strings. And with the thumb, we play the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Now what I do next is use the index finger to play the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then let that finger off to play the 3rd string open. And I do that with the index finger in the picking hand for both of those notes. So pinch, 4th string, 3rd string 2nd, 3rd string open. And then the next note, of course, is the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So all together. That, of course, is our main melody. After that, we're going to kind of quietly just play some of the notes of the C chord in the background. So we have 3rd fret, 2nd fret of the 4th string, 3rd string open, back to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So we have something that sounds like this. I use thumb, thumb, index, thumb. Now the nice thing about Silent Night, of course, is that there's a lot of repeated stuff. So the next 2 measures are identical. Now chances are that by itself is going to give you plenty to practice to get started with Silent Night. So go practice that and then come back and I'll show you the next thing. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the G7 chord. So I'm going to put that sheet music back up on the screen. For this G chord, or G7, depends on how you want to look at it, we have a 3rd finger on the last string 3rd fret and the pinky on the 2nd string 3rd fret. And we pinch those, we play them together. Then the thumb plays the 4th string open, the index finger plays the 3rd string, and then we pinch those same notes that we already did together. Then we release the pinky from the second string and simply play the last string along with the second string. And then it continues. But here's what it sounds like together. After that, we fill in the gaps by playing notes of the chord. So I put my second finger down on the 5th string 2nd fret. I play that note. I play the 4th string open, 3rd string open, 4th string open again. After that, it goes to a C chord. So I'm going to play the whole G chord or G7 chord section so you can hear it. Switch to the C chord. This time we're going to play the 2nd string 1st fret along with the 5th string 3rd fret. Then notes of the chord. And we kind of just go through 2nd fret of the 4th string, open on the 3rd string, 1st fret again on the 2nd string. So then we play a chord that's like the first measure of the song. Then we do the 2nd fret 4th string, 3rd string open. Then we play the 2nd string 1st fret and then the 3rd string open again. And that's line 2. So I'm going to play all of line 2 so you can hear that together. Next up, we have that F chord that I talked about at the beginning of the video. So you get that F chord, again, 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, 4th string pinky 3rd fret, 5th string 3rd finger 3rd fret. Play it all together, it sounds like that. Now what we're going to do is we're only going to pluck the middle 2 strings. So the thumb plays the 4th string and the index finger plays the 3rd at the same time. Then the thumb goes down and plays the 5th string, then the 4th string, and then you play those 2 middle strings together again. So that first measure of the 3rd line. Then we pinch with 2 different fingers. We use the thumb on string 4 and then the middle finger on string 2. Hold that out and then we lift off the index finger, play that 2nd string open, and then play the 3rd string 2nd fret. And that's the whole F section. So let's hear that again. Now we're going to switch to the C chord. And those 2 measures are identical to the very beginning, so that's why I didn't go over those in detail. Same as what you've already done. Then, the beginning of the last line of the first page is exactly like what we just did. So lines 2 and 3 are identical. Once you have one, you can play the next one. All right, now I got to switch pages and put page 2 up on your screen right here. And here we go. We go to the G chord again. It's labeled G7 in the music. It's just the same thing that we did before. 3rd frets on strings 2 and 6. Pinch those together or play them together. 4th string, 3rd string, play them together again. But this time it's a little bit different after that. Now we have to put our index finger on the 1st string, 1st fret and play the 1st and last strings together. Hold those down. Use the pinky to get the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Play the 2nd string, then open. And that's the G to G7 section there. Let me play that again, top of page 2. After that, we go to the C chord again, playing strings 5 and 2. And that, of course, we have played before, or something like it, on page 1. So again, I won't go over that in great detail. That should be fairly easy to figure out. The last measure of that line, we still have that C chord down. Now we're playing the 5th and 1st strings together. and then we play the other notes of the chord as background. So 4th string 2nd fret, 3rd string open, 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string open. Okay, then we're going into the last line. We play that C again. We play the 2nd and 5th strings together, but then we just play the 3rd string open, the 4th string 2nd fret, switch to a G chord, but we just need one finger for that, just the 3rd finger on the last string 3rd fret. Play that with the 3rd string open. Then I use the pinky to play the 3rd fret of string 4, open string 4, and then we go to the C chord one last time, and we kind of play that note which ends the song. And the last melody note is that 5th string 3rd fret. And then what I like to do is quietly go through the notes of the chord one at a time and then strum the chord together. So I play that 5th string 3rd fret as the last note, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, chord. So I'm holding that C chord down that whole time at the end there. So here's all of page 2 together. And of course you can repeat that as many times as you'd like. Now, if you're pretty new to guitar, that's going to take a lot of practice to get that to work out nicely for you. If you've been playing a little while, it should just be a fun, relatively easy song to get. Now, if you enjoyed that video, make sure you give me a like. I always appreciate that. And also subscribe to the channel. Then once you've done that, go to themissingmethod.com. There we have all kinds of books on note reading, playing chords, building your technique that I think you'll enjoy. So get to practicing, and I will see you in the next video.